So this is the Sample 17 floor. We're diving into the memories of one very generous donor, Desmond Miles. We're pulling at the best stuff from his DNA, and hopefully, one day, we can forge some fantastic experiences from what we find in there. Melanie LeMay, 2012. Hello and welcome to Visions of the Past. My name is Andrew, and I'm the host of this Assassin's Creed lore podcast. This is episode 52, and today we're going to talk about what Abstergo called the Sample 17 Project. Before we get started on the history of the Sample 17 Project, we must first make note that the information that we have on the project comes from Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, where we see the Sample 17 Project as the crux of the modern-day story. During Black Flag's modern-day story, we play as an unnamed silent protagonist known within the Assassin's Creed community as Noob, as they relive the life of Edward Kenway within the Animus Omega. Noob is also tasked during the story to hack the computers of the Sample 17 Project and pass major information along to the assassin, Rebecca Crane. The Sample 17 Project was an Abstergo Industries initiative that began sometime in the year 2013 through Abstergo Industries' non-scientific research counterpart, Abstergo Entertainment. This project was aimed at exploring the genetic memories of Subject 17, also known as the late Desmond Miles. Desmond, an assassin, was first chosen by Abstergo to work in Warren Vidick's Animus program after it was found out that he was the descendant of Altair ibn la-Ahad. The Sample 17 project had the main goal to procure research material for possible entertainment programs, feature films, and other related material through an exploration of the lives of Desmond Miles' ancestors. However, from an off-the-books Abstergo Industries standpoint, this was much more focused towards locating and acquiring more and more pieces of Eden and other first civilization technology that can be found within the memories of Desmond Miles' ancestors. The Sample 17 project draws heavily from the Surrogate Initiative, a program created by Abstergo Industries in the 1980s, which was headed by Eileen Bach and was focused on researching memories through samples of genetic material that were donated by volunteers. The first genetic sample was borrowed from Bach's son, Seamus. This led Bach to explore the memories of Miriam Kurtz, the mother of Bach's ex-husband and former member of the Navajos, a subgroup of the Edelweiss Pirates, a loosely organized group of youth in Nazi Germany during World War II, and they saw Miriam's journey through Nazi imprisonment during World War II. The project failed initially and was suspended following Bach receiving some mental injuries while exploring these memories. However, it was reignited by the company sometime between 1981 and 2013. The Sample 17 project itself began after Desmond Miles' death on December 21, 2012. After Miles' body was discovered in the Grand Temple, a first civilization complex located in Turin, New York. Samples were taken by Recovery Unit 3. They were on location moments after Miles' untimely death, and Case Fisher, the head of the recovery team, collected the genetic samples. Minimal genetic decoding was possible, as the genetic material was just blood and saliva from a body, but the project was still able to isolate numerous ancestors of Desmond Miles, including Altair ibn la-Ahad, a man from the Crusades in the Holy Land, Ezio Auditore da Firenze, a young man from the Renaissance era whose family was murdered, Edward Kenway, a pirate, and Rataka Hayton, a Native American and direct grandson to Edward Kenway. These memories were thoroughly studied for entertaining content that could be produced. The project's former head, Olivia Garneau, and current head, Melanie LeMay, ended up finalizing, after thorough analysis, that the memories of Altair ibn la-Ahad, Ezio Auditore da Firenze, and Rataka Hayton were considered as weak and risky investments and were sidelined from the project, as the company just thought that they weren't going to be investing money into these ancestors' stories. However, from Abstergo Industries' point of view, these were priceless and helped them in pursuing their search for pieces of Eden and other first civilization tech. In October of 2013, Abstergo Entertainment's Sample 17 project had its first big breakthrough with the memories of Miles's ancestor Edward Kenway being finalized as a good investment. In 2014, Abstergo Entertainment created and released a feature film out of Kenway's many memories. They named it The Devils of the Caribbean, and it received both critical and overall success. Desmond Miles's DNA is still stored within the Animus Omega, which simply means that his memories are still deeply stored within Abstergo Entertainment's cloud servers, and after the release of the feature film The Devils of the Caribbean, the company was able to fund their research even more so later on. Abstergo Industries, on the other hand, used these memories to locate the Observatory, an ancient First Civilization temple where they recovered several vials worth of First Civilization blood samples, and an advanced tracking device which allows Abstergo Industries to keep up with their pursuit of First Civilization knowledge. Ever since Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was released, I've liked the idea of this Sample 17 project. From a modern-day story perspective, it allowed us to continue looking at Desmond's history and gave us a good epilogue to his story, and it allowed for a good transition into a new modern-day protagonist. Even though Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Unity both released the following year and gave us unnamed and mute protagonists, I still like what was done with Sample 17, even though it didn't make the transition that I had expected, and it was the first time since the first Assassin's Creed that we got to see the inside of an Abstergo facility and spend a lot of time with any Templars. The way that Black Flag laid out Sample 17 as the modern-day story gave a way to expand the world in a way that wasn't really done since the glyphs of Assassin's Creed 2 and the rifts of the Brotherhood. We got information from the past and the current stories, and it even allowed for Easter eggs of Watch Dogs, which at the time was a new IP from Ubisoft. Only some of the information was required to finish the story of the game, but if you went into every machine, we were given insight on how the Templars operate Abstergo, and how they spin the narrative of historical assassins like Altair and Ezio, along with more information on Desmond and even some pieces of Eden that we haven't seen anywhere else. It is also clear to me that the Sample 17's Animus Omega system uses a precursor to Abstergo's Helix system. If that is truly the case, it also makes sense that in the time that we have been away from the project, that Desmond's genetic memories would have been moved under the newer technology to continue looking through the memories of his ancestors. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday for new episodes. If you love the Visions of the Past podcast, I'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on Apple Podcasts. If you have any questions about Assassin's Creed or topics that you'd like me to cover, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at visions_AC, and you can find those links in the show notes below. Until next time, my assassin friends, make sure to follow the Creed, and to those Templars listening, may the Father of Understanding guide you.